Christmas is around the corner, and I decided to recreate a look from a makeup artist that I follow on Instagram. I will have her Instagram handle in case you guys want to follow her. She is amazing. She is in the UK, and she posted this like peppermint look. So I literally took out my palettes, sat down, and recreated it for you. So I hope you guys enjoy today's fun tutorial. This is definitely not for the weak of heart. So if you guys want to get glam with me, then grab your cafecito, grab your brushes, grab your palettes, and let's get right into today's peppermint makeup inspiration. Cheers. I am so ready for this tutorial. I have the craziest under eyes today because I had such a hard night last night. I don't know why my sleep has been like all over the place, but that's my cafecito. I got my brushes, I got my palette, so let's jump right into it. We are pulling out an OG palette. Who remembers the ABH X Norvina palette? I'm starting off with the shade C3. It has really pretty, almost like reddish undertones, and the more that you build it, you get that really nice, like almost salmon shade. So I'm going to use that as my first transitional color. Then we're jumping right into the red. This one I believe is C2, and it's a true red. I love that these don't stain my lids, which is why I like to use them. They're very pretty, very pigmented, and they blend super well. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush just on the edges and diffuse the color. You can totally tone this down, but I'm going to go in with the shade E2. This is a beautiful burgundy shade. This is just going to add contrast and depth. You can also add black, but it's definitely going to make it very sultry, which is not what I was going for. I was going for that peppermint candy cane look to the eyes. So I went back with the red and blended the edges. As always, I go back and make sure that I perfect my work and just use the same techniques over and over again until I am satisfied with how the blending looks. I took a large flat brush, this is from Real Techniques, and my concealer, and I just literally laid that all over the lid for that soft cut crease look. And then I took a soft pink and a mint color. The soft pink was just to set the lids, and then the mint was in the inner corners. This is where the like minty color comes in play with the whole candy cane peppermint look. And then, of course, we go back and blend and diffuse the outer corners of the eyeshadow as always. And then for that little green glittery shadow, I'm going into the Cosmos palette from ABH. This is like my favorite shadow from this palette, and it's called Quasar. Really pretty. I love how minty this makes it look. And then of course I went back with the red and created an eyeliner to just tie everything together. I am so in love with the way the eyes turned out. They're definitely a little extra, but for the holidays, why not? I'm thinking glowy skin, so I'm going to start with my L'Oreal Gloomy Lotion in the shade medium. This just creates a perfect base for a very dewy foundation, and of course we got to go in with a dewy foundation to top it off. But this just immediately adds so much luminosity to the skin. It is my go-to when I really want that like juicy looking skin, which is really hard for me to achieve because as an oily skin girly, like I'm always having to cover up or like set my skin, I guess. For my foundation, I'm thinking NARS, the Light Reflecting Foundation. This is in the shade Barcelona. I think this is going to be one of the foundations that I will eventually add to my makeup kit because it is truly such a gorgeous foundation that just like blends so nicely into the skin, and it just looks really pretty. Such an iconic foundation. Look at that. Immediately it adds the perfect amount of coverage. And I'm mainly going to just focus it right here, like right underneath the cheek, because I am going to bring my concealer down a little bit more than I normally would, so I don't feel the need to add so much foundation to this area of the skin. Then we're going to go in with her concealer, Haus Labs, in the shade Light Medium Peach. I am pretty sure I picked up the wrong shade because I had swatched this one when I was in Sephora and I didn't love this tone. I like more of a neutral tone, but for some reason I either got confused or somebody changed the packaging. I don't know, girl. But you know what? It is what it is, and I'm just going to work with what I have. And I'm going to go in with the Haus Labs concealer brush. Honestly, these two together are just perfection. And even though I feel like I should have color corrected, but I think this concealer is like medium to buildable full coverage. So that should be okay. This is one of the concealers, one of the very few concealers that takes a while to crease underneath. Like, you're never, let's be realistic, let's crush that stigma of like concealers that are going to not crease. No. If you have wrinkles underneath your eyes, like, let's be realistic, anything is going to crease. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. But if you're looking for something to like decrease the creasing, definitely the Haus Labs, just because it's so hydrating. Definitely going to warm up the skin, of course. And today I am using the Tower 28 Little Cream Bronzer. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot I had this. So these drawers that you see back here, these are like the drawers that obviously hold the most makeup. And I have a drawer full of bronzers and I kind of forget about those because when I sit and do my makeup here, I reach for those all the freaking time. So I forget to pull these out. I need to like switch, do like a little bronzer cycling, if you will. So I'm not always using the same ones. Pobrecitos, you know, they get left behind. I'm sorry. I'm going to go a little daring with a blush and we'll see if it works out. This is Toxic from EXO Cosmetics. It's a red blush, but I think we can make it work. I'm just going to have to tone it down because obviously the eyes are very bright. And I do want blush, but I don't want the blush to like clash with the eyeshadow. So I'm also going to just like blend it into the eyeshadow, if you will. That way, once I set everything, I can kind of blend the eyeshadow towards the temple area. Also, shout out to my mommy because she literally cleaned all my brushes for me. She's the sweetest. She's always like here to help me and just like whatever I need. There's nights where I have an early makeup appointment the next day and I have to get my makeup kit ready, like make sure I have everything in there, make sure that everything's clean, disinfected, that I'm not missing anything. And she's always like just there for me and like sitting with me and helping me. She's the sweetest. I love my mother. Mommy, if you're watching this, I love you. For my bronzer, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury just because this is a really nice creamy velvety bronzer and it's a little bit more pigmented, so it's definitely going to pack a little more punch than what I already have. I am in the shade 3 Tan. I'm definitely going to go into a red, but I think I'm going to soften it a little bit with this like terracotta color so it's not so like true red. This is called Blushing Bubbles from Metamorphosis BF. And I'm going to bring this here, up here, and then I'm going to blend it into the eyeshadow. I'm going to go back with my brush with no additional product. And besides blending it down, I'm also going to blend this out. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. Almost like a very fun and playful look. And then of course we're going to finish the lower lash line by just adding the reds, and then I'm going to add a little bit of that minty shimmer shade to the lower lash line just to like tie everything together. And I do want to add some hydration back to the skin, so I'm going to take my D'Alba, what is this? My D'Alba Hydrate and Radiant Skin Serum little spray. I don't know, but this is really good for your skin, although it breaks me out from time to time, but I do enjoy it. Let's add some highlights, going in with my Stila highlighter. And this actually has pink undertones, so I think this is going to work out perfect. I had to let my camera charge, so I finished the lips off camera, but for my lip liner, I'm using a light brown from Italia, and then I topped it off with Empress from Huda Beauty. This is the nudist, beigey, prettiest nude ever, and then I added a little bit of gloss. This is called Flower Blossom from Essence. Yes, it's such a sheer nude pink. I just wanted a little extra plum look. I just wanted a little extra glossiness to the lips. I'm not going to set the skin since I'm really not going anywhere, but if you are going to wear this for like the holidays, definitely set the skin. And that is it. This is the peppermint inspired makeup look. If you guys enjoyed today's tutorial, leave me let's see, let's do a red heart in the comments section so I know that you stayed till the end. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I love you so much. Stay safe, happy holidays, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.